And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay Tjay.
And this is the No Rhyme No Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray without Wordplay Tjay today, but let's talk about the elephant in the room, I guess. What's going on with Kanye? What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay Tjay.
And this is the No Rhyme No Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
So Kanye West has been wilding out over the weekend. As per a New York Times article, it is stated that Ye, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, has set off one controversy after another in the last week, prompting accusations of racism and anti-Semitism. On Monday, it is Paris Fashion Week. He debuted a t-shirt for his fashion line bearing the phrase White Lives Matter, which he later claimed to be a joke. On Friday, he suggested on Instagram that Sean Combs, the rapper known as Diddy, was being controlled by Jewish people. Ye's account was restricted by Instagram that day. He then went on a rant claiming he was going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jewish community, which prompted the social media juggernaut to follow suit in restricting his account. So what does all of this mean in regards to Kanye? Are we surprised at this point? If this were doing Katrina during the FEMA efforts and Kanye was still saying that George Bush doesn't support black people, maybe I'd be surprised. But after lengthy support of Donald Trump, MAGA hats, we chose to be in slavery amidst a plethora of other things that have been going on with Kanye. Why does this really matter? For starters, he's pushing a narrative and a rhetoric that stands very strongly currently in America. The Black Lives Matter movement is going through a plethora of issues as is, but at the core is still about us being seen for who we are, people. With political injustice alongside racism being emboldened in this current climate of America, it doesn't really help to have such a prominent figure in fame, ride that movement. We are fighting hard in so many different ways just to exist, just to find social norms and social systems that are in benefit of black people as a whole. With the Messiah complex of one black person saying the thing, you kind of don't need a lot of this. But what do we honestly expect of Kanye at this point? Long gone are the days where we felt his actions were genuine. Every inkling of support that he tries to garner from the black community is immediately followed with something that is anti. After standing so firmly against everything that we've stood for so long, Kanye is no longer who we know him to be. He's not college dropout Kanye. He's not the Kanye who seems to be standing for something outside of himself. He's a Kanye who knows his power and knows he's not going to be canceled anytime soon. He relishes in the fame. He relishes in the attention and takes most things as a joke. Grief can do a lot to folks, so much more than what we ever give it credit for, but what are we going to do with this? What do we do when a clearly broken man who is grasping at straws for everything that he could possibly get is acting out again, with no negative consequences to any of his actions? It doesn't matter whether we support him as black people or not, because he has a support base. And if he comes around with another hot album that changes things and moves the landscape, then he'll get another chance. His greatness and his genius are so synonymous with him that the negative effects that could befall him don't touch him. So what do we do? What do we think? What do we feel? For me, it's too far to be betrayed. It's too far to feel anything. I feel sad. Some days I feel bamboozled, but honestly, I've just gotten to the point where I want the man to get better. Maybe this is who he is, and there's no changing him or making him somebody that we want to ride for again. Maybe this was the plan all along. Maybe the grief of losing his mother has him so held up that he can't see his up from down. It's plausible, I guess. But no matter the cause, there's nothing to do but move on. As we continue conversations like this one and others, it just continues to fuel the fire. It'll just continue to feed into the ego that needs more and more and more and is never satiated with anything other than his own thoughts. His perspective is reality, and what he feels as empathy is the only truth. I've long since cut ties with who I wanted Kanye to be and stopped expecting him to be that. If I want the Kanye I want, I just go listen to that album and keep the ideals that he once seemed to hold in his heart. I could say, wake up, Mr. West! But the dream seems much better to him. And no amount of screaming or arguing or yelling or pleading is gonna wake him up. So instead of wasting energy, I'm gonna go listen to Ice Spice. Seems like the move to do. TJ will be back next week, but we'll see you guys in the next one. A 1 and a 2 and peace.